All right, everyone. So Goldberg was asked if he ever thought he'd see Vince McMahon not in charge of WWE. Here's what he said: "No, no, not at all. Never. I never would have imagined that. It must have been something pretty gnarly to get him out of that role. I'm not going to get into it by any stretch. It's all an opinion, and I don't give opinions. You base everything on fact, and people are judged by facts. You go on. All I can say is Vince was always wonderful to me, other than not giving me my retirement match, but he couldn't because he wasn't part of the organization anymore. You got your Vince guys and your guys who weren't Vince guys. I like to think that I was a Vince guy. You treat people how you want to be treated, and he always treated me with respect. So I tried to show him the same. If you're ever trying to get some kind of bad news from me about Vince in that situation, I can't give it. I never thought there would be a day I would be alive or he'd be alive that he wasn't leading the charge." So that's what Goldberg had to say. It's interesting to see, as now that he's not in charge. And I think anybody that's followed wrestling, I think everybody's shocked to see him no longer in charge. That's something no one ever would have thought of. But I also think that plays into a little bit, um, the aspect of like him starting another promotion. I just don't know if when Vince sees what he built, right? When you see this massive company, even if you're no longer in it, when you see this massive company that you built, is that really something? Like, does he really have it in him to be like, yeah, I'll just start a whole nother thing? It just doesn't seem like, a lot of people talk about who Vince is and that, oh, he'll never back down and all of that. So of course he'll want to start something. He always loves work. I just don't know if he's gonna love work as much when it's not the company that he started. Would he really wanna see, like, let's say, he had a scenario where he started a company and they were overtaking WWE, which would, never happen, but let's say that was the case. It's like, is that really what he wants? Does he want something to overtake what he built? That all the legend is there, everything he worked for is right there? I don't see that. I see it much more likely that he tries to get back involved with WWE than him starting his own thing. And I find it interesting how everybody basically feels the same way about it from the standpoint of no one could have ever imagined that Vince McMahon would no longer be in charge of the WWE. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.